So for those of you who don't know me, I'm going to help you out a little bit. You've met 100 faces today. So it's Katrina, like the hurricane. And then, oh, it gets better. Cobb, like the salad. So hurricane salad, all right? Nobody's going to forget hurricane salad for the rest of the weekend. I live in Charleston. I opened my studio in North Charleston in South Carolina. And we celebrated 2 years this summer. And I've got to back up just a little bit more, though, because, like I said, I wasn't even an MPE. Any of you that are new in business, it was kind of a hot mess getting things started. To really understand where I came from, I'm going to go back 4.5 years for you guys, working as an architect in San Francisco. And I got a bachelor's in architecture from Clemson. I got a master's in architecture from Texas A&M. Worked for 4 years, was on that path that you're supposed to be on when you do all those things, right? And it was just okay. I mean, it was good. I had a good team, good projects, good office. Was missing something, and my little sister, I've got 3 actually. Firstborn overachiever, you guys catching this? Right. So one of my sisters, married military, landed in Charleston. Hubby got deployment notice 2 weeks after the wedding. So she'd been teasing me about coming and getting some sunshine. I do love the South. And I just kind of started getting back into fitness after having been a Division I athlete and then not a Division I athlete. And kind of shedding some of that corporate weight gain. So my sister was a trainer. She was working in a gym. And I said, well, heck, if you want me to come live with you while hubby's deployed, I'll come to Charleston. We'll start a new life. We'll figure shit out. And, oh, can I say that? Are you recording this? All right. Sorry, Sean. You can beep. Anyway, so I decided to take the leap, take the plunge, and move coast to coast, completely throw away 10 years of work. And I moved in with a newlywed couple. Don't ever do that. And my bosses were a little surprised when I said I was leaving and changing careers. They just give me a 10% raise and a 5% bonus, which in 2008 was kind of unheard of. So yeah, I left a really good thing, y'all. But either way, finished my NASM, got certified, started working at this big box gym, told my mom what I was doing, and she's mother of 4 daughters. She vocally supports us. Found out later her coworkers thought I was absolutely insane and that she was insane for letting me do all these things and throwing away 10 years of really hard work. But I got started and it was a whirlwind. You'll catch this trend here. I don't like to stay put in a bad situation or in a not awesome situation. So jumped in the big box gym. It stunk. I ran the department even though I had no experience. It was awesome. And after that, left with a colleague to open a private personal training studio. It was a whole new world for me. Loved the private business. So we kind of built that up for about a year until that went way south, and that's a story for another time as well. If y'all want to buy me a drink and hear about Crazy Town, I'm more than happy to share that. So left that, and so a 1.5 years of experience in this new career, I decided I'm going to open my own business. Sure, piece of cake, right? So I didn't have any money because I had pretty much given up everything to move cross country and was starting from the ground up, going from $55K salary to $8 per session kind of thing. Got a bad deal from my partner, had no savings. We actually put together a crowdfunding campaign. You guys heard of Kickstarter, Indiegogo. That's how I started my business. Put together a video and asked friends and family and community for support our vision for creating a fun little fitness studio focused on the better parts of fitness. And got about $4,000 out of it, enough for about $1,200 in equipment and 3 cans of paint and the deposit on the lease. So that's what we did. I hired 2 trainers on Craigslist and then I hit go. So there we were in 2012. I was like, yeah, I'm a small business owner. Look at this. I got keys, I got a son, I got a studio, I got trainers. This is gonna rock. Anyway, no, it did not rock. It did not do anything it was supposed to do on paper. I did my homework, I made a business plan, I heard it was awesome. I was like, well, great, that's awesome. My real estate agent told me it was awesome. I'm not a fitness person. I didn't have a fitness mentor. A year into it, struggle city. I wasn't really marketing other than a blog or Facebook because we didn't have a budget for marketing. I was doing over 40% of the training sessions and over 50% of the income, even though I had a staff, sort of. and I have some sales background a little bit, but we had 1, 3, and 6 month options, but everybody ended up on a month to month because I couldn't teach my staff how to do anything. No systems. I didn't know what margin meant. I was actually doing commission splits with my trainers, giving them 60% and keeping 40% for the studio. I don't know why that wasn't gonna work. And it got to that point where you talk about you're so focused on I can't pay bills, I don't know how we're gonna get through the end of the month. My fitness regimen went, I don't know, combination of chocolate and wine for dinner or just skipping all your meals. So it was hot mess city. I had to ask my mother for help almost monthly. And the reason that's a big deal, my mom was a stay-at-home mom growing up. My dad was Army. And when I went to college, he committed suicide. So she was left with 4 daughters all trying to go to college. And she's an elementary school teacher now in a bad, city system in Ohio, making no money. And she still somehow found a way to support me, emotionally, but financially. I mean, $600 here, $1,000 here. I don't know if she got a second more. I don't know what she did because I know she didn't have it. But that's not okay. That was not okay for me. So that's where I was. And, the quote, insanity is doing the same things and expecting different results. I'm educated, I understand the need to make changes. Asking for help is a hard thing, especially when you think you can figure stuff out on your own. I tried local resources, Chamber of Commerce, business coaching, couldn't find a mentor, couldn't find anybody to work with me. Stumbled across MPE through a lot of online research, reading articles, trying to just figure out what to do. Thanks to Sean, got on an auto closer webinar, 7 steps to doubling your fitness business, right? And I took notes because I was gonna copy it and then make that my own and use it instead of actually buy MPE. I could totally do this. And then I accidentally clicked a button and then Tom Jacobs called me. So here we go. And I put him off for a week, y'all, because I obviously didn't have any money to start MPE. I did not have it. Totally was broke. I'm borrowing from my mother. I can't pay myself. It's November. It's right before the holidays. None of our clients were on auto payments. Hot mess city. So I secretly committed on Thanksgiving because I just knew I needed this. And hid in the guest room of my boyfriend's parents' house and maxed out the last credit card that they just happened to bump up the limits on right before the holidays. Right. And didn't tell my mom. Did not tell my mother. So here's me again. Right, terrified. But that was, 9 months, 10 months ago, you guys? So I have completely transformed my business. This is not the same business that I had before. And even though I was very resistant, because your business is your baby, and you don't want anybody telling you it's ugly, and that there's no way you can pay your trainer 60% and actually get anywhere, I had to make a lot of change. I just kept hitting the change button. So we reevaluated everything, starting from systems and margin, my new favorite words. So from the business structure to how I pay my trainers to programs, we added semi-private to our private offers. We raised the rates at the same time as I did the whole switch trainers over to a pay per session deal. So they kind of took home the same, so that kind of worked. That was an agonizing decision, but it worked. Taught the staff auto closer. It's big enough to have that first point of contact with the trainer. So my entire staff does auto closer. I don't do the sales. Put the landing pages up for hiring to grow and to get some better quality trainers in, because the ones I had on board, I found out were stealing from me, were working for other jobs, and all kinds of other crazy stuff. So started from scratch. And had all that. So that was the first 3 months of EA from December through March. Guess what happened? You guys know this? What? Oh my gosh, this stuff works. Holy cow. Dude, we literally double your fitness business. Yeah, we doubled our business. My average month before going to MP was $7,500. I hit 15K in March and 32,000 in sales. And then I hit 15K again in April. I was like, well, this is the new normal. This is awesome. And so it felt totally different. And so we hit this part, and that's when I tell my mom that this is what I did. I bought this coaching and got a kudos and a thumbs up to do all that. But as you've heard, what goes up sometimes comes down a little bit in business, and we kind of hit that. Okay, now what? I totally expected this, 25% growth, 30% growth thing to just keep rocking. And we realized we had some systems issues. Because all I'd done is raise the rates and teach my trainers auto closer, and get better trainers. So I had a lot more work to do. We needed to keep improving. I needed to go to the next level. And so Had to figure out the leaky bucket and just get some more management systems in place to really grow this thing and solve some problems that, you have new expectations and I have new problems, right? So I guess what I did. Yeah, I jumped into VIP like 4 months into EA. I finished the whole shebang. I was like, all right, let's go to the next level. Came to spring training like a week after in May, and then came to VIP University in June. And again, hit the ground running on fixing all the new stuff that I didn't know were problems before. So the list, you guys, the list of stuff that we've worked on in like the last 4 months this summer, 2 pages of white roll paper. I'm not gonna go through all that because that would drive you absolutely nuts. But, to theme, really focusing on kind of the leaky buckets and not getting the renewals and some of the problems that we were having on the servicing side with all my new staff. We tried to systemize everything at that point. And I'm stealing ideas, y'all. I'm super active on Facebook, anybody that knows me in the group. I steal ideas from everybody. I've got the pages, 4-week check-in. I've got some other things from other people. I stole Erin Lindauer's Skinny Jeans Challenge before I signed up for MPE. I watched her video, y'all. She's the reason I'm kind of up here. So crazy, we're both talking today. But, all this stuff. I hired an admin, like, stop training clients in the mornings. What? Oh my gosh. I train less than 3 hours a day now. It's kind of amazing. But really working on all of that stuff. So from the renewals to the referrals to all these little things. This is an example of the amazing renewal postcard campaign that now has brought in over 18,000 since we just started this in like June, July in renewals. So huge wins for actually using the systems. Really try to refocus on the design and the image of what our studio was. Like I knew, and I've got a design background, but making sure it's everywhere and it's reaching the people that we want to reach. That's through trade, you guys. I'm a hustle. So I got traded for some good photography, traded for a little bit of a web upgrade with a client. Started designing some actual marketing campaigns and not just throwing some stuff out there. You guys saw Grow Social, but also making our clients feel like models at our photo shoot and being really part of this process. I invited my entire studio of clientele into this process that we're going to work on all these awesome things for you guys and we're going to grow and make them a part of it. So we added some of the photos are now studio art, like in our main workout space. As motivational, you guys saw the Grow Social stuff. And the other side of that is I'm on every laser coaching call at every event, just like absorbing everything from this amazing community. And the other thing we try to do this summer is really re-inspire our active clients because we've got a really great thing going now. And really focus on the fun. That was a word that a lot of people were giving me in feedback as what they loved about us. So our internal private Facebook group as a studio exploded. We had some social media check-in challenges. With the 4-week check-ins, we really amped up like a fun little social picture. Look at the inches I lost, and that gets shared on Facebook and tagged and shared and like goes out to everybody. We got so many clients from that, just seeing their friends do cool stuff. One of our clients of her own volition is now like recording a video series on our private Facebook group, doing the shout outs for everybody else. Like she's marketing gold and I didn't have to do any of that. It just is starting to happen. So it's super cool. But on my side, recommitting to putting education out there, weekly blogs, weekly newsletters, more value, more love for our community. And we ended up getting a ton back in return. So we've got now our Success Client of the Month on the wall. Everybody gets their own little poster each month. We're gonna plaster that space, y'all. It's gonna be plastered. They love this stuff. I hate that. So that's what I've been doing for a couple months. And so here we are, 9 at the time, 10 months now later, putting all the pieces and the tools together. And having to compare to where I was a year ago before MPE, it's a little bit nuts. The numbers are fun though. I do like fun numbers. Love numbers. So fun, scary, awful fact. Our average sale last year was $270 as a personal training studio. Now we're well and above $1,600. I had 2 of my clients sell a 26 and a 2100 in the last 2 days while I was here. Amazing. My goal was to double and we're close. We're not quite there. But really our average month is 70% higher. So we're hitting usually above 12,000 a month when we were in like 7s last year. Our average sales per month, we're almost hitting 20K every month in new contracts and new agreements. Last year, maybe 10, and those weren't even really like guaranteed because we didn't have an auto payment process or any of that. training sessions has doubled, the activity in the studio has doubled. The fun stuff, personally working in versus on the business. I do 25% less of the training now. Both my Rockstar trainers are busier than me. It's amazing to go from being like the busiest trainer to actually the boss. It's kind of awesome. Where I used to have to sell at least 50% of everything coming in, I don't even hardly ever do consults anymore, you guys. Like, that's my rock stars. They're crushing it. And blocking out my time, transitioning clients, I train less than 3 hours daily. And, since plugging the holes, we've got that great renewals coming in now. So that's been amazing. The fun stuff, again, stepping back, because otherwise you see like the trees and not the forest sometimes when you get stuck in the frustrations. Our best month last year was equal to our worst month this year. That's kind of fun. That's super fun. Super fun. We're never going back. Not happening. And through August, when we were submitted all these studies, we'd already brought in more in 8 months than we did all of last year, which is also very freaking cool. So very, very stoked about that. So we're projecting above 150%. I'm still shooting for 2. I've just got to sort a few more things out, do a little more work. Sean told me not to give up on that, so we're going for it. And guess what? Yeah, it's working. So, the whole mindset side of making these big jumps and these big decisions. The intangibles, not the numbers. I can come here for a couple days, everything's running. My clients are doing makeup sessions with my other trainers. They love it. It's a very tight-knit community. My trainers now sell like rock stars. Seriously, $4,600 in like 2 appointments since I've gone. I'm good with that. And I can start to enjoy the fun side of the business again and not just be stuck in a place of stress. I've started public speaking. So the introvert is gradually learning how to do all these wonderful things and get in front of people. You guys are good practice. Thank you very much. And the first time I got recognized as being the owner of my studio, I freaked out. And even you guys like, oh, are you Katrina Cobb? It's still a little weird. It's a little weird, y'all, but we'll get used to it. So this is my awesome team. They're all on my left. Maggie was a client who became an admin, who became a trainer, and now she is crushing it. The girl lost like 40 pounds and is getting everybody she knows into our studio. It's awesome. And that's super rewarding. So I wasn't gonna put this up, but I have to. I wasn't kidding when I said it got ugly. It's really hard to put yourself out there and try to grow your business and talk about what you do when you have no confidence in your credibility because of letting yourself go a little bit. So we're real glad that I'm not there anymore. Real glad that I can actually focus on balance a little bit now that we've got some things working. And even better, my mom and my sister, some of my best supporters. Mom came down for Christmas. We're gonna go on a vacation as soon as I have enough margin to take her on a trip. It's gonna be amazing. And she hasn't paid me a dime since I joined MPE. I have not needed to ask for that, which is humongous. Any takeaways? Y'all just show up and go. The cool thing is being able to switch from the I need to dream lifestyle, wants, more possibility instead of just doubt, like fear. The personal development stuff we went through once I became a VIP was very, very powerful. And it was hard to think about what you want after 4 years of struggle. Like it's hard to think about what you're gonna do when you have time and income. Like I don't remember what I like to do in my free time. Free time? What's free time? But very cool to be able to do this now. So I guess my time is up, but that, in a nutshell, is a success redefined. So can't wait to see where we'll be next year.